Alright guys, part 2 of this. I already started on the engine alignment. Engine was misaligned. We need to bring it up a bit, and we need to bring it to starboard side for it to be properly aligned with the prop shaft. So what we got to do next here is we got to find our motor mounts, and this is an LT4. Thank God it's a smaller model, and they're pretty easily accessible. When you get into the models such as the M240s and Axis T235s and such, these things are buried down here. You'll have an access panel about right here that you got to remove to get down to these, and even then it's still a pain in the butt to get them, no lie. So first off, I've already loosened my top or lock nut that locks it up and down. Then you have your other nut down right here, and it's right under that bar, and that's what adjusts your up and down position. You also have down here that trunnion or slide pin nut. That's what locks you from sliding starboard to port or port to starboard, etc., etc. You got to loosen that too. Another key thing with that is about all the time, you can see a little bit of rust there. They're usually fairly stuck in. I usually have to smack it with my 1 1/8 inch wrench about 6 or 7 times to get it to pop through. When you get it to pop through, you do want to push it back so that way you can slide on your axis here. That is a 1 1/8 inch nut on both sides of this, top and bottom, and an 18 millimeter to get that loose. You got to do both sides, and you got to loosen the trunnion pin or slide pin, trunnion on the transmission mounts as well. You do not have to loosen the up and down mounts on the transmission unless you're way out of alignment. This one does not need that. The coupler mates together properly. I don't have to lift the shaft to slide it in. I don't have to pull it down to slide it in. It mates right in, which tells me my transmission is good. We just need to slide the motor a little bit starboard, and again, bring it just a little bit up. Let me get the rest of this loosened, and we'll be back with you for the rest of our alignment. Alright, so now I've got this side loose, guys. So what we're going to do here, and again, it's pain in the butt sometimes. Try and keep light with us here. So we're going to be bringing this left because we need to loosen it to bring it up. Again, I already got my top loose here, so you should make minor adjustments. Oh. Sometimes these are a real pain in the butt to get to because you got stuff like this in your way where you can't get your wrench in. And that's where I say, be a bow tech, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Oh, come on, Ballast, get out of the way. Alright, so it came up about a full turn on this side. And we come over to back to port. In my experience, I have found that port is generally easier. Go ahead. And we just get little minor itty bitty movements out of this thing. And that should be about a full rotation. Come back here to our coupler, and again, we've already got our 4 bolts out of there. So what we got to do is we got to take and slide our coupler out and slide it back in. Going to take the feeler gauge, 3/1000 of an inch,
pretty much anything in this
and put it back in.
Okay to fuck up. Technically that'll cover it.
Okay, we brought our 3 o'clock to about 2 o'clock. And we brought our 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So I need to come up just a little bit more. And we need to shift it starboard. Alrighty guys, and after my adjusting, my last adjustment, this is what you want. 3/1000 of an inch doesn't fit in. I'm just running right along the coupler here, and I don't go in. And that gives you a perfectly aligned prop shaft to your motor, and then you just got to reassemble and obviously tighten and torque your mounts, otherwise you'll be out of alignment.